Hey, this is HighZealot here, and welcome to my E3 report of the Fall 2015 event. So, you can see here, this is a combined fleet, and it's also a transport operation. So you can see here, main fleet full of barrels. Abukuma is also here with landing craft. So, I'm gonna mention this again, in case you haven't watched E2. So these transport maps, you do not have to kill the boss. You just have to get A rank or better. A rank or better would cause the gauge, the transport gauge to deplete, and you can increase by how much it depletes by using drum counters and landing craft. Without any of those, the gauge would deplete by 40 for E3, would unlock the 18 for E2, and drum counters will increase it by 3.5, and landing craft will decrease it by 5.5. You do not have to S rank it, but S ranks will increase the decrease by 44%. So combined fleet, you can see here I'm bringing a Kitsmaru for Arang, for I believe Branshin, yes. Or you can also bring Hayasui or an AB along for also that extra Branshin rule, which is from node D from node C. So otherwise, if you don't do that, node C will lead you to node E, which is not good, because I believe there are torpedo boats or patrol boats. Torpedo boats, because you know they are hard to hit and they have deadly torpedoes. Now you can see here we're using a it's a new type of combined fleet this time. You can see by the colors, it's not the standard surface fleet or carrier task force. This is this is a transport task force, I guess you may call it, which is, you know, has its own set of requirements, which I can, you know, I can look through right now. So, but yeah, so pretty much from here, it is the ability the escort fleet is attacking first, and then from there on, your main fleet your main fleet is, for me, is full of barrels, because you know that's the best for that, and it would, you know, increase your transport gauge by a lot. So transport escort fleet, for the main fleet, you need at least 4 destroyers, and the flagship cannot be a destroyer, and you can have a maximum of a combination of these types: light cruiser, heavy torpedo cruiser, aviation heavy cruiser, aviation battleship, AB, AO, LHS, and the maximum 1 submarine, aviation submarine. You can bring a normal submarine. You can't bring a torpedo cruiser, actually. Before I said it, when I said torpedo cruiser, I'm talking about CT, which I have no idea what that means. And battleship, carrier, also things you cannot bring. So you cannot bring a torpedo cruiser in your main fleet, and or your escort fleet actually, and you can't bring a CT either. So not sure what this English rookie is talking about, because I don't know what that means. And I'm sure you can figure it out yourself later. So escort fleet. I think I know. They probably meant training cruiser. I believe that's the next designation for a training cruiser. I think it's slightly different than just CT. Something like C lowercase something or whatever, smaller T or something, smaller L. I'm not sure. You need at least 3 destroyers, and you're gonna have up to 2 cruisers, heavy cruisers of any sorts. And it follows mostly the same thing that all the rest of the combined fleet. But yeah, main fleet gonna bring anything full of barrels, Abukuma, landing craft, because I would say so. The transport gauge you can see here for hard, you need 800. 800 is a large number. It's double 400, which is a lot on its own. E2 transport gauge was just 320 for hard, and you can see it's just very large. I mean, yes, by default you get 40 per run, but 800 divided by 40, well, that's a whopping number. I can't math right now because I'm trying to calculate it with my calculator. Apparently, number lock is off. That explains a lot. But yeah, 800 divided by 40 is 20. So And you're not gonna be increasing that to 80 per run by using barrels and landing craft, so that's a lot of sorties. And that's so you wanna try to S rank the boss, but that's not necessarily the simplest task to do. Oh yeah, and also by bringing Akitsumaru and Tone for putting them on aircraft, you can get air superiority, I believe. On the boss itself, does have enemy potentially, well, not the boss, but yeah, basically the idea is you don't have to worry about enemy aircraft, but what I'm trying to say is by bringing aircraft along, you can get artillery spotting, which I don't believe you can get, you know, with just 0-0. But also, you know, one advantage of being on the combined fleet is, you know, you can bring the flagship command facility, and once you get past node, I believe node G, it is, you already any destroyers to get sent back. It doesn't matter that they're gone. The barrels are already calculated. It does make it harder to A rank the boss though, so that's you know, that potential problems. But reaching the boss is always better than not reaching the boss, in my opinion. E3, you're gonna want to bring your best destroyers that you're not bringing for E4. E4, you're gonna want your best destroyers because, say now, E4 spots it's a submarine. You're gonna want your best destroyers the same. And it's not like the submarine from whatever the last event that had a submarine boss, because I remember that event, that map was pretty piss easy, even though people said it was hard because of a Whoa class in the, I think, the pre-boss node, but I didn't have problems there. But yeah, so here we are. We reached the boss. The boss here is a seaplane Tendahime, which is, you know, she's her own hell, the pockets of pain and death. But her escorts are also a bit of a problem because they're leaving close 2 battleships. And what do we have? The closest thing is 2 heavy cruisers in our escort fleet. But, you know, it's still, A rank is still very possible. You just have to sink at least the boss or the 2 battleships, which you would hopefully be able to do in night battle. And Abukuma, ideally you want her to torpedo, because Abukuma, I haven't mentioned this, but you should probably know this by now. Abukuma Kaini can bring in a midget sub, and ideally you want her to target the destroyers. Ideally you want your escort fleet to take out the destroyers, and I believe that's a light cruiser, especially you know, light cruiser first, so you don't have to deal, you can just kill a single battleship in night battle, because it's a lot easier. Also, you don't have to worry about the torpedoes if you can kill them, but otherwise, yeah. So torpedoes can be a bit of a pain. Thankfully, there wasn't too big a deal here, but yeah. So basically, we want those destroyers dead, so we won't have to worry about them later. And if we don't have to worry about them later, that quite simply means that we do not need to have to kill them in night battle, which would reduce the chance of not getting A rank. The B rank is not good enough. You need an A rank, which requires 4 or more sank, dead, wrecked, brutalized, savaged, which is not a verb as far as I know. But yeah, thing as you can see here, pretty much have to go to night battle. Abukuma is equipped with landing craft, so she can't do any double attacks or cut-ins. So yeah, so you might wanna sacrifice some of your transport for offensive capabilities, because, you know, if it all goes perfectly, you do it in next sorties, but anything can go wrong and then you'll be doing extra sorties, even though you'll be doing more. I mean, S rank, it might, you know, reduce it, but you know, safe, better safe than sorry. Or really though, when it's not something I can think of. It's something you have to decide on your own, because, you know, there's, you know, no, at the time, it was the time of E3. There was like you wouldn't say there was like any real hard facts of the optimal number of barrels to carry and offensive capabilities. I mean, even if you had full on, especially your main flip, you had full on offensive capability. That wouldn't really, doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna do anything. Really, it's the landing craft that you can argue about. To bring those landing craft or not to. Would you rather have her equipped with torpedoes so her opening torpedo phase would be better? That would be a different story. And hey, you saw my background there for a second. Probably, I'm sure some of you know what that background is. And as always, as I mentioned in E2, when you're on your when you're able to deplete the gauge completely, you don't have to go full barrels. But I will warn you, even though this E3 is over, future map will probably include this mechanic, because this mechanic was, you know, alright. When it says 3.5 or 5.5 for drum canisters and landing craft, that does not seem 100% accurate, because maybe there's some random. I'm not sure, but if you do the math, and you bring like one drum canister, maybe you bring 2 barrels, I don't believe you get 47 per run. I think it's slightly different, I'm not sure. English Ricky might just be wrong entirely, or maybe there's some other thing I'm not seeing. Maybe there's a miscalculation on my part, just you don't really know. But yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, Akismaru will guarantee you a route, because the other route you can take will include Node E. Node E! You know, we're going to be seeing the enemies in Node E eventually. Node E includes torpedo boats, patrol boats, whatever you want to call them. I like calling them torpedo boats because torpedo boats were a thing, and they were equipped with torpedoes. And then we had torpedo boat destroyers, which is where the term destroyers came from, even though they're not torpedo boat destroyers anymore. And it's a naval battle, and torpedo boats, let me just say they like to cut in. They also like to dodge. They don't seem like a threat with like 8 HP, but you're not gonna be hitting them very often. They're supposedly weak to destroyers and light cruisers, and with certain equipment sets and valve, and then your heavy ships probably won't hit them without certain equipment, and even then it's very rare. So yeah, they're hard to hit, and then their torpedoes hurt, and they cut it. So let's say you fight them in day battle, you want to kill them before they even get the torpedo phase off. That's what the ideal situation is. So yeah, those are the torpedo boats. We'll be seeing them later. I don't believe we'll be seeing them in E4 because I did E4 on medium, but we'll be seeing them on E5 certainly. And from there on, it's just gotta finish up E3 though. E3 is just, you know, simple. As I mentioned before, there's a lot of transport that's required. E3, I should have mentioned this earlier. E3 is a ship lock, same ship lock as E1 and E2, green ship lock. So E1, E2, and E3 all share the same lock, but none of them can go to E4, which is a different lock, and then E5 has no lock at all. I did not mention this in previous videos, but I assume they're not doing this on easy mode or custom mode, as some would like to call this. But easy mode has no restrictions on that at all. So, last ship lock of the green color. The reward for beating E3 is Kashima, the training cruiser, the other training cruiser, in case you don't have the other one, who by name escapes me at this moment. I believe there were also changes done to the training cruiser, so you don't have to have them as flagship to increase your PvP reward. You can see here I'm rock 2 barrels because it's 41. 2 barrels pretty much guarantee I'm gonna get more than 40. Well, 2 barrels because I was a bit paranoid. So easy, you just get Kashima. Kashima is on all difficulty, but easy, you don't get anything extra. Medium, only thing extra you get is a medal. On hard, you get the medal, 4 improvement materials, 4 screws, and a Type 4 sonar. That's pretty good. Always could use some super good sonars, and E4 is the Type 4 sonar is arguably the best, well, not arguably, is numerically, statistically, the best sonar you can have at this time. Yeah, I'm drinking a bit of water here just to talking a lot. You know, it's not the best for my throat because I haven't actually done this in a long time. So ideally, I would like to get back into like some LPs, not often, but you know, some. You know, this will spend this time talking about this now, when nobody else will tell you about it. Clearly, no one could possibly listen to me at this moment. They're all probably gone and skip forward, right? But no, seriously though, future LPs, I am concerned continue on the Fantasy Maiden Wars, I believe it's called, these Toho Super Robot Wars games, because there is the second game does have a translation patch. I believe the third game does have a translation somewhere. It's just not patched, so I can sort of use. I should be able to sort of use that. So if I do it, it will be only one route. I won't, you know, do both, you know, real route and super route. Then it'll be too much of a pain. And the same format would be, you know, the actual chapter gameplay would be the video, and then I'll have the intro and outro in a separate video. This time around, they'd probably be unlisted and just be linked to in the video description. And I probably won't make an annotation because I'm getting lazier and lazier. Other potential LPs is maybe Battle Moon Wars, which is the Tape Moon fan game Super Robot Wars, which includes Fate, Tsushiki Hime, Kara Kyokai, etc. So yeah, I'm talking about stuff that's not related. So, Super Robot Wars. You would like to see a Super Robot Wars of Kantai collection. Another thing to talk about is the arcade game, which is there's been interfered with. That's new news about it, and from what it seems, it looks awesome. Too bad I'll never be able to see it in person. Never had a chance to touch it, but yeah. So yeah, we're finally at the boss once more. We just need an A rank. Let's see. Let me go look at the potential drops if you S rank her. S rank rewards. I'm assuming S rank because it's red, or red usually means rare, but I'm assuming you S rank includes Umikaze, Akitsuki, and Mitsuko, and that's, yeah, you know. Alright, Akitsuki is the only one that you would want if you don't already have her. The rest is kind of just trophies. So I guess Mitsuko is useful for expeditions. You want to put your landing craft on somebody and you don't want to keep extra Chitose or Shioda. But yeah. So final form. I don't think it's a final. I think this is a final form, or there is no final form. But it's not really a big, no real extra changes at all. Family final form because they have red destroyers, but those destroyers are clearly not red. So I'm not sure what the English wiki is smoking. The English wiki, as you know, is not as reliable as, let's say, wiki. Which is why I use wiki for the air superiority numbers, because that's very easy to figure out, even though it's in a completely different language. Wikia, the form is, you know, Wikia as a website sucks. The content, however, can be more useful than en.wiki at times. Unfortunately, I say. Because ideally, I don't really want that. Also, you can see here my equipment. I also brought a few turbines along to put some, because increase some evasion on some of the lower level destroyers I have, who are either not as high level or just have lower evasion in general. Nasuma herself, she doesn't need it because she's 80, level 80 something, or just 80 at this time, I believe. And Akatsuki is level 75, so her evasion is, I believe, default evasion is actually lower than Nasuma at this time. So you can see here, we gotta kill at least one more battleship, or the boss, whatever. And you know, in all events like this, you do want the targets to be your heavily damaged girls, so because they're not gonna attack anyways. So here we just ended up killing the boss, though that's not actually required at all. And then Yukikaze cuts in, because that's always, you know, I just said, because Yukikaze high luck may throw. Put her with a spotlight and, you know, make her pretty much almost guaranteed to kill a battleship. Though, you know, you can get a low roll, which is medium damage, and just not kill a battleship. That's not that often. So yeah, now we're gonna see the reward, and we're gonna have a new ship. We're gonna have the training cruiser being, as I mentioned multiple times already, Tashima, and she's gonna have her own intro that she's gonna be saying, and then I'm just gonna, you know, let you listen to her intro, and some of you will understand it. You can all figure out what she says by a little bit of research, and here she is. And now shut up so you can listen. That's not her, actually. Forgot about that. It's been too long. There she is. She should be the first one. She should be the first one that comes out. Yeah. Now I'll shut up.
提督さん、お疲れ様です。練習巡洋艦鹿島、着任です。
And yeah, that's the training cruiser. And the other rewards include a few minor things, like screws and sonar. Sonar has been very useful, not just for the next event map, but just in general for anti-submarines, because it is the best sonar out of the state. And that is E-3 hard. Next time on, well, Final 15 event, there's a whole another part. New extra operation, new ship lock, and it's gonna be on medium instead of hard. I'll see you guys then, and good night.